What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. Hello and welcome to Exposé with Tony Akinyemi today. As we are inching towards the end of September 2023, we continue in this series, season 15, on environmental toxins. Last week, we concluded by mentioning biological dentistry, and I want to start off from there today. Biological dentistry has a number of considerations. In biological dentistry, such practicing dentists don't put toxic metals into the mouth of their patients, like mercury, for example. Okay, they practice mercury-free dentistry, and they also are, very cautious in whatever kind of, dental restorative materials that they put into the teeth. Like I said, my own dentist in Arizona, USA, actually tested my body to know which restorative materials are compatible with me, that are biocompatible with me, so that if in the future I would ever need any dental restoration, then they will know the right type of materials to use. Okay, those are those who are practicing biological dentistry. All right. Now, it's gratifying to note, like I said, that these days, all over the world, awareness is beginning to increase about mercury-free dentistry. It's beginning to gain ground. I said the other day there was an international conference that was held in South Africa on biological dentistry, so to speak. Even though they didn't call it by that name, they called it mercury-free dentistry. All right. Okay, so what are the risks of another thing that is used in dentistry, which is x-rays? Of course, x-rays are used for diagnosis for the most part. While dental x-rays, do involve an amount of radiation. However, experts say that the exposed levels are so low that they are considered generally safe, even for children. All right. Now, if your dentist, however, uses digital x-rays instead of developing them on film, then they say that the risk from radiation exposure is even lower. Now, when you're doing an x-ray, as part of your protection from some of these environmental toxins, these are the invisible toxins, ionizing radiation, your dentist should place a lead beep, this beep that we wear on babies when we want to feed babies, beep, B-I-B. Okay, but there is this one that is made with lead and wrapped inside, a kind of fabric, very heavy, and they place that lead beep over the chest, over the abdomen, over the pelvic region, all of that to prevent any unnecessary radiation exposure to your vital organs. Now, sometimes a thyroid collar may also be used in the case of thyroid conditions, so to prevent the thyroid from absorbing radiation from the x-ray. Now, children as well as women of childbearing age may also wear them along with the lead beep to protect themselves, give additional protection when you are taking an x-ray. Okay? Now, pregnancy is an exception to the rule. Women who are pregnant or believe they may be pregnant are advised to avoid all types of x-rays because, radiation is not considered safe for developing fetuses. All right. Now, having said this, let's now go on to we are entering into the critical season in this conversation of environmental toxins. How do I test, particularly for toxic metals and maybe other toxins in my body, for me to know whether these things are in my body and they have attained a very dangerous level in my body? Now, there are different things that can be done by your practitioner, your doctor, your chiropractor, your naturopathic doctor, your osteopathic doctor, or whichever physician you work with, okay? First of all, a detailed interview should be conducted. Sometimes a questionnaire is administered to you to fill, and there are very pointed questions that are asked so that your healthcare provider is able to know the kind of occupation you are in, whether you work in an environment where you could be exposed to certain things. For example, if you're a dentist and you practice, what I call mechanical dentistry, you use a lot of mercury, a lot of different things in your practice, then you may likely be exposed to some form of, mercury toxicity. Or you do a lot of X-rays and what have you, or you're a radiologist or a technician in that field, then you can be exposed to a lot of radiation. Or you work in a gas station where you dispense fuel into people's cars, and that's what you do from morning till evening. You could be inhaling a lot of hydrocarbon, a lot of, fumes from the gas. So that interview, the questionnaire can help your examiner or your physician to be able to determine what you might have been exposed to. And then that will guide in determining the type of test that you need to do, okay? Or the type of things that your practitioner can do for you. Then the second thing to do is a thorough physical examination, including checking your mouth, your teeth, whether you have mercury, dental amalgams installed. Check for gum problems, whether you have infections in your gum, whether you have root canals in place and all of that. And the third one is a standard diagnostic test or standard diagnostic test, that can check for minerals, metals, vitamins, and different things in your blood. And the fourth thing that can be done is hair mineral analysis. They can take a sample of your hair and do an analysis of your hair to determine the kind of things that are inside your body. Number 5, they can do a microbiome analysis. They can do a stool test, and check the different kinds of things that are in your stool. And that can also, help one to peep into your body to know what is inside your body. Whatever they find in your stool determines some of the things that are in your body. The 6th one is to do an environmental analysis, to check your environment, where you live. Maybe you have mold, maybe you have EMF, maybe dust, and different kinds of things that are in the environment. So if you do all of these, then one can come up with a comprehensive list of things that you may have been exposed to that you need to address. But of course, I would say that once your physician interviews you, does physical examination, and does the standard diagnostic test and hair mineral analysis or heavy metal testing through urine or through blood, that should be sufficient to let you know what is inside your body. Now, many integrative and functional medicine clinics test for light metals like aluminum. They also test for heavy metals, like lead, like mercury, like arsenic, like cadmium, and what have you, antimony, and many, many long lists. When I did my own testing in 2004, the list of metals that they tested for was so long. Sometimes even some of the minerals that are nutritional minerals, vital to health, like iron, like zinc, these things, there can be an overload of iron, there can be an overload of zinc, and then they can cause problems, okay? So all of them need to be checked out as well. They can also check for organic toxins like xenohormones, plastics, and what have you, viruses, bacteria, fungi, and what have you. Now, they use the following methods, and many other methods to test. They use urinary chelation method for the testing, which can include substances like DMPS and what have you. Then they can do dark field microscopy that can provide some form of information about the inner milieu of the individual. Okay, in dark field microscopy, they just take your blood sample, they prick your finger, put a drop of your blood on a slide and put it under the dark field microscope, and then they view it. Sometimes it could be projected to the screen of your computer, your laptop, or your desktop, and then you can view your blood and you can see everything inside your blood. Okay, that was also done for me in 2004. Apart from the heavy metal testing that I did, I also did, dark field microscopy, live blood analysis. Then thermography, shows interference fields, like blockages in the flow of energy that are mostly found due to dental procedures and scars in the body. Now, for most other toxins, like viral load, for example, evidence that points in the right direction is necessary to apply the right test. Now, the sheer number of possible toxins makes finding the right toxins that cause or contribute to disease a quest for a specialist or an experienced integrative medical expert to be able to do that for you. It's not something you want to do for yourself. Now, so after the testing and it has been determined that, oh, there's a lot of heavy metal in your body, oh, you have a lot of lead in your body, a lot of mercury in your body or whatever, is there any help for such people? Yeah, definitely so. Now, the first thing is there is an initial active detox. And then after that, ongoing detox, as a cleansing program. All of these are necessary to stay healthy. You need to do an initial active detox where they do heavy metal chelation using either EDTA, DMSA by qualified and trained, professionals to do that through intravenous infusions. Now, but for chronically ill patients, detoxification at an integrative clinic is the first pillar of recovery. As much as possible, all toxins must be removed from that person's body. Heavy metals, light metals, dioxins, agrochemicals, endotoxins, exotoxins, whatever. As much as possible taken out of the body through chelation therapy, through colon hydrotherapy, and through lymphatic drainage, and various other methods. Now, damages done by toxins should then be reversed as much as possible through various modalities, proper nourishment, various therapies, protocols, and what have you. So you see, the important thing is get rid of the toxins from your system if they are there, and then find out if they have already caused some damages, and then attempt to fix those damages. So when do we need to detox our body? The human body is much like a car's engine in that it tends to get junked up from constant exposure to toxins. So we have things like cleaning chemicals, dry cleaning chemicals, environmental pollution, even pharmaceutical drugs, processed foods with all kinds of additives. All these and more are a constant burden on the body's natural cleansing systems. While these systems are designed to capture and flush as many toxins as possible out of the body, they can and they do become overwhelmed by the immense constant toxic onslaught of our modern world. Now, this is why supplemental body detoxification is so important. In order to jumpstart our body's detox capacity, to ensure that any and all toxins are removed as efficiently, thoroughly, and quickly as possible, it's absolutely vital that we follow certain detox protocols on a routine basis, okay? Now, when you are detoxing, there is a possible Herxheimer reaction. In a Herxheimer reaction, you feel as if you are even getting worse than before you started your protocol. Now, once toxic metals begin to enter the body, they travel throughout the body, they penetrate the cells of various tissues and organs. And when they can, they remain and they get stored up in certain tissues, like in the bones or in the fat adipose tissue for years. We have mentioned before that lead, as an example, can be stored, in our bones for upwards of 30 years. So how do we address toxic metal toxicity and reverse the damage that they do to our body? By following, like I said, a toxic metal detox plan and, ongoing detox thereafter. Now, we must, however, be aware of the fact that while we work on overcoming toxic metal poisoning, okay, we might actually experience some uncomfortable symptoms that make us feel worse before we begin to feel better. Now, potential heavy metal detox symptoms may include things like digestive issues, loss of appetite, fatigue, and what have you. All of this could be as a result of eczema's reaction. What it means is that when those toxins that you're trying to remove from your body, when they get pulled out from where they've been stored for years through the detox program, and then they are now dumped into your bloodstream, they are now circulating around, and then your liver and your kidneys go to work to try to remove them from your system. Then, because of the heavy amount of these toxins now circulating around in your body, you now feel sick. You feel worse. You can be having, runny nose, headaches, dizziness, skin rashes, all kinds of things. It's as if, why did I do this? But then by the time you get rid of all of those things, then the eczema's reaction is over. And then you start feeling better. Okay? So the important thing is to learn how to detox safely. How do you detox safely? Okay? First of all, nutritional support is important during detox. Very, very, very important to minimize toxic load. Now, through food, we have direct access to the intestines. Therefore, nutrition serves as a direct means to positively influence the main detoxification organs, all right? Now, since the intestine is directly connected to the liver can be directly stimulated by the various foods that we put into the digestive tract. Now, for optimal cleansing of the liver and intestinal tract, the diet during a detox program should consist of an organic, no GMO, no chemical-laden food, organic, particularly plant-based food, gluten-free, sugar-free, and what have you. Now, as the body cleanses and gets rid of toxins, it should be supported therapeutically. Also, no new toxins should be allowed to come through our food and water during the detox program. Now, while cleansing, fat in the body melts, and fat-soluble toxins are stored in the fatty tissue. They get released when the fat is melting into the bloodstream, like I said, and fat-soluble toxins are harder to get rid of. Therefore, we could take things like alpha-lipoic acid to bind, the fat-soluble organic toxins, bind them, and this way toxins are then excreted and they cannot attack other organs in the body. Now, if the toxins are not quickly removed from the GI tract, they can be reabsorbed into the body. Now, it's extremely important to safely remove toxins from the intestinal tract, from the lung, from the cells, from the connective tissues, and from between the cells, okay? And then you must also avoid certain foods during a detox program so you don't, bring new toxins into your body. Or even thereafter, so that after you detox, you don't then go living your life as you used to live it before, and before you know it, you are bringing back the same things that you spent money to remove. So what do you avoid? I would suggest you avoid, alcohol and tobacco. That's a given. Alcohol can make it more difficult for your liver to process other toxins, to remove other toxins. And tobacco actually brings in more toxins into your body, brings in cadmium, brings in nicotine, brings in all kinds of things. I will also suggest that you avoid processed foods. Chemical food additives may aggravate your toxicity symptom. It will also decrease your body's ability to detoxify. And then it brings new toxins, artificial colors, artificial flavors, and what have you into your body. Then avoid non-organic foods. These foods increase exposure to chemicals that make symptoms worse. Definitely, you must avoid GMO foods in particular, as far as I'm concerned. And then if you're allergic to certain foods, avoid them. Because if your body is fighting against common allergens and dealing with high levels of inflammation, then it will not be able to detoxify from heavy metal poisoning as well. And then, of course, farmed fish. Farmed fish can contain heavy metals, can contain dioxins, PCBs, very toxic to the body. Now, the worst offenders are tilefish, swordfish, shark, king mackerel, and big-eye tuna. Okay, you can continue to eat fish. I'm not saying don't eat fish, but, reduce it to a few times a week. And make sure you avoid the ones I have listed, and eat fish that are low in mercury or wild-caught fish, fish caught in the wild. Those are healthier options than farmed fish. Now, there are also foods and drinks that you need to consume more of, while you are detoxing from heavy metal and other toxins, and even continue to consume them thereafter. Number one on the list is water. You need to drink about a glass of water of vegetable juice, 2 hourly to stay hydrated and to help keep the toxins getting flushed out and out of your system. Hydration, particularly purified water. Then leafy green vegetables. They're very important during a detox. Greens are some of the most powerful heavy metal detox food, particularly bitter greens such as kale, Swiss chard, dandelion greens, mustard greens, arugula, spinach, beet greens, and what have you. Now, broccoli sprouts in particular are another great food for providing antioxidants and reducing inflammation. Then herbs and spices are very good during a detox. Eating a lot of, anti-inflammatory and antioxidant herbs and spices such as basil, parsley, oregano, rosemary. I mentioned rosmarinic acid the other time, which is very good for allergies in particular. Thyme, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, cilantro in particular. They use a lot of cilantro for heavy metal chelation, from the body. Cilantro, along with other green herbs and plants, is one of the best herbs for detoxifying and can help to reduce the buildup of heavy metals like mercury and lead in the body. Cilantro and parsley can be added to freshly squeezed green vegetable juices to help support your detox program. Then eat a lot of foods that are rich in vitamin C. Fruits and vegetables rich in vitamin C, can reduce the damage caused by heavy metal toxicity by acting as antioxidants. High vitamin C foods will include, all the peppers, citrus fruits like oranges, tangerine, lemon, lime, leafy greens, all types of berries, cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, then kiwi, pawpaw, guava, particularly in the pepper group, bell peppers, all right? Then garlic and onions. Garlic and onions contain a lot of sulfur, which helps, the liver to detoxify itself of heavy metals like lead and arsenic. And then flax seeds and chia seeds, these ones are high in omega-3 fats as well as fiber. And this can help with detoxification, particularly of the colon, and then also reduce inflammation. They have anti-inflammatory effects as well. Then bone broth is another very wonderful one to take when you are detoxing and even thereafter. You sip on several cups of bone broth daily. It helps to keep you hydrated. It provides important minerals and supports, liver health by providing glutathione in particular. It also provides amino acids that help to strengthen our organs. You can make your own bone broth at home, by the way, or you can obtain store-bought bone broth powder, and then you can add that to your smoothie, every morning. So that's the first thing when you are detoxing and you want to detox safely. Nutritional support, things to avoid and things to eat. Okay? Now we're going to go on a short break, and when we come back, we will continue with the processes of detoxing safely from these toxic substances, particularly toxic metals. Don't go away. I'll be back very shortly.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend Tony Akinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online healthy living training program today.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the 5F Conference coming to you this September. This one-of-a-kind conference is designed to focus on 5 key areas: faith, family, future, finance, and fitness. Prepare yourself for an extraordinary session with our dynamic 5F Conference speakers, Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Pastor Wole Abayomi, Professor Bamitale Omole, Pastor Wesley Ogude, and Reverend Austin Ukpohe. Secure your spot now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com.
Welcome back. This is still Exposé with Tony Akinyemi as we continue our conversations on environmental toxins. We're now looking at how to test and how to reverse, or how to first of all detox and then reverse the damages caused by these toxins in our body. And we're looking at the process. The first one is nutritional support. Identify things you need to eliminate from your diet and things to eat more of to support your cleansing protocol, particularly heavy metal detox. Now, the second one has to do with detoxing safely, and we're going to be looking at detoxing methods in that regard. There are various safe methods to detoxify the body. Fasting is one of them, particularly when you are fasting and drinking only water, or maybe even broth and vegetable juices only, okay? That's why in a previous episode, I dealt with, in season 14, I actually spent a whole episode talking about the health benefits of fasting. One of them is detox. Then physical exercises. When you exercise, you actually sweat. And when you sweat, you are eliminating toxins. Then herbs and supplements can also be used for detox. So then there are special detox programs that are offered in various clinics and centers that you can take advantage of. Then chelation therapy, particularly for heavy metals and even light metals like aluminum. Chelation therapy is very important for you to undertake. Then ozone therapy is also very good. And then saunas also help us to sweat out, particularly HOCAT sauna and far infrared sauna. And I think we should take a little time to understand these various saunas in particular as part of our detox methods to remove heavy metals and various other toxins from our system. Because when we use saunas, we sweat and we get heavy metals out of the body, and there are a lot of benefits we derive from that. Now we're going to look at now just a few of the many benefits that we can derive from regular use of saunas, particularly far infrared energy rooms. Okay, I have a sauna in my house, in my bathroom, and I bought it many years ago, probably 1.5 decades right now, thereabout. And it's just plug it, and then they have these stones that they have in something that looks like a stove, and then it just heats the thing and you stay in there, okay? But then when I found out about the far infrared sauna, I found out that is a better option than the one I used to have. So I had to acquire a far infrared sauna as well, and that one it uses infrared light to generate heat, and that heat penetrates deep into the tissues of the body and then can provoke sweating and remove toxins in the body. So when you do saunas, it helps to detoxify, because sweating in a sauna helps to rid the body of toxins and impurities, leading to a clearer skin, improved blood and lymph circulation, as well as a stronger immune system, because then it stimulates even your white blood cells, to be more agile, more active. Number 2, saunas also relax, and they help us to relieve stress. Saunas are a wonderful way to unwind and relax, helping to reduce anxiety and the effects of stress. Number 3, it can also serve for pain relief. The heat from a sauna, particularly far infrared sauna, can help to alleviate pain and soreness in muscles and joints, making it an effective form of therapy for those with arthritis or other chronic pain conditions. Number 4, it can help to improve even our sleep. Regular sauna when you use it regularly, it has been linked to improved sleep quality and reduction in sleep-related disorders. And number 5, regular use of sauna can improve cardiovascular health, because saunas can help to lower blood pressure. They can help to reduce, as a consequence of that, when it helps to lower your BP, then that helps to reduce the risk of heart disease. And then it improves overall cardiovascular health. So the far infrared sauna, or the particular machine that actually combines a number of different things in one, is called the HOCAT machine, HOCAT, HOCAT. It's an ozone steam sauna. Okay? HOCAT, HOCAT, stands for hyperthermic ozone and carbonic acid transdermal technology. HOCAT, hyperthermic ozone and carbonic acid transdermal technology. Now, the machine acts as a personal ozone steam sauna in which patients sit with just their head, exposed to the air, while the entire body receives the benefits of an infusion of ozone therapy, carbon dioxide, steam, photon light, and oxygen, all rolled into one at the same time. And the benefits of HOCAT is immense, very immense. I'm still waiting for many hospitals in Nigeria, clinics in Nigeria, private or government, to start installing the HOCAT machine in all our hospitals, because it helps to increase blood circulation. It stimulates antioxidant enzyme production like glutathione, like S-adenosyl methionine, and what have you. It improves absorption of nutrients in the body. It improves our skin tone. It increases blood oxygen level. It even boosts metabolism for us to digest our food properly and get the most out of the food we eat. It also exerts, anti-aging effect on us. It increases the core body temperature. And I believe that's one of the things that actually helps in boosting metabolism. Now, it helps in detoxification a lot, because it detoxifies the body by combating and disposing of pathogens and toxins. It relaxes muscle tension, so it's good for relaxation. It also relaxes by increasing the amount of serotonin that the body synthesizes. Serotonin and melatonin, these are hormones that are very good. Serotonin is the feel-good hormone. Melatonin is the one that helps us to sleep deeply and refreshingly. Now, the HOCAT machine, when you have a session in the HOCAT, it increases your energy levels. It can even help you to burn up calories. It burns up to 600 calories per session. It activates your skin tissue and helps your skin to even look great. Now, you have a number of things in the HOCAT. You have steam in there, steam. That's evaporated water. You have carbon dioxide, okay, available. You have oxygen. You also have ozone. Now, let's look at the steam and the carbon dioxide components in HOCAT. The steam sauna, heats up to a comfortable temperature, and then carbon dioxide gas, which is carbonic acid, is now infused into the sauna. Now, after this, the carbon dioxide is removed, and then the sauna is infused with ozone gas. Now, the heat and the carbon dioxide actually serve to open up our skin pores, and then circulation to the skin, so that when the ozone gas is now infused into the machine, it is now absorbed through the skin right into the general blood circulation. That's the trick, all right? And then there's also infrared light in the HOCAT machine. Now, a steam gently fills the HOCAT sauna, and then the photon infrared light now penetrates the skin to help increase blood flow and circulation. Now, the photon light breaks any painful inflammatory cycle simply by dilating, small lymphatic and blood vessels, thus enhancing lymphatic circulation, blood circulation, which now increases circulation that now results in accelerated healing and pain relief. Because when there is increased circulation, the implication is that waste removal is enhanced, nutrient delivery is also enhanced. Then the oxygen in HOCAT, while the body or the head of the patient is outside of the machine, from here up is outside, the rest of the body is immersed in the machine. And while the head is outside, The ozone steam cabinet the cabinet is filled with ozone for about 30-minute session, and then the patient is also given an additional boost by inhaling pure oxygen, delivered via 2 small tubes that are inserted into the nasal passages throughout the session. So your whole body, from your neck downward, is embedded in the machine, absorbing ozone inside there, and then oxygen is being passed through your nostrils to inhale. Now, this helps to boost the immune system. It reduces stress. It boosts energy. It even fights off cancer, because cancer hates oxygen. Dr. Otto Warburg already established that before. Now, ozone therapy in HOCAT is very, very important and powerful. According to Dr. David Minkoff, is the medical director of LifeWorks Wellness Center in Clearwater, Florida, in the USA. Now, he wrote an article, and in that article, he said, once ozone is introduced into the body, ozone will do for you at least 6 main things. 6 main things. Number 1, ozone is a natural detoxifier itself. And just like ozone is used in water purification, in air purification, in swimming pools to keep them clean, it can also do the same inside our body. Number 2, he says, ozone is a natural antiviral, antibiotic, antifungal, and antiparasitic. He says ozone is about 4,500 times more powerful at killing these organisms than chlorine. Okay? And medical ozone is non-toxic, unlike the atmospheric ozone that is so polluted and contaminated with other things that can make it very, very dangerous to inhale or to get into our body. Now, particularly, it's not the ozone that is the problem, it's the contamination in the ozone that is the problem. But medical ozone is very, very safe, non-toxic. Chlorine is toxic, but ozone is not toxic. Number 3, ozone is a natural immune system booster. See, our immune system produces its own ozone, by the way, to defend itself and heal the body. So when you give additional ozone to the body, you're actually supporting the body, giving it what it makes by itself. Number 4, ozone modulates and reduces inflammation. Ozone therapy has been shown in studies to effectively reduce inflammatory cytokines in the body. Number 5, ozone resets the mitochondria. Ozone allows the mitochondria, to reset itself and make more energy. And this, often leads to a decrease in fat in the body. And number 6, ozone improves the condition of the blood. Ozone therapy helps blood cells to function properly, and it also improves cell motility. It cleans the blood, it improves circulation and cellular metabolism, and tends to decrease uric acid in the body. Okay, now in general terms, ozone therapy helps the body to heal by doing a number of things. Number 1, it reduces the clogging of blood cells. Number 2, it improves circulation and oxygen supply. Number 3, it decreases uric acid buildup. And when uric acid builds up in the body, that can lead to gouty arthritis, all right? Ozone can help to decrease uric acid buildup. Number 4, it kills pathogens like viruses, fungus, bacteria, and what have you. Number 5, it improves the activity of white blood cells. It boosts your immunity. And number 6, it actually supports your liver's attempt to detoxify. And then number 7, it can slow down the aging process, and many, many more benefits that comes from that. So how did we get to ozone and HOCAT? Of course, we were talking about the fact that when you want to safely detox, number 1, you have to give nutritional support. And by that, I mean that you have to remove certain things from your diet and then deliberately, intentionally include certain things in your diet. And then number 2, you have to detox safely by using various channels like fasting, like physical exercise, like herbs and supplements, like special detox programs, chelation therapy, and then ozone therapy and saunas. It was when we got there that we now mentioned far infrared sauna and the HOCAT. And that's why I took the time to mention the benefits of saunas and then zeroed in on the HOCAT itself. Now, when you use the sauna, it helps you to detoxify, to relax, stress relief, pain relief, improve sleep, improve cardiovascular health, and what have you. And then the HOCAT, hypothermic ozone and carbonic acid transdermal technology, has wonderful, wonderful benefit to improve blood circulation, lymph circulation, stimulate antioxidant production, increase blood oxygen, increase core body temperature, boost metabolism, and what have you. And we said it uses, carbon dioxide, steam, ozone, oxygen, and light. All these 5 in one machine. And I think every single clinic in Nigeria, every single teaching hospital in Nigeria, and indeed every other place should look into installing this machine in their clinic. Ozone therapy using the HOCAT. And that will help a great deal in improving the health of those who have been impacted and may be damaged by environmental toxins, particularly heavy metals. Now, this is how far we can go today. Next week, by the grace of God, same time, same platform, 8 p.m. West African time on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. Exposé with Tony Akinyemi will come your way again. I will continue the third aspect of detoxing safely from these environmental toxins, particularly the gang of 5 that we mentioned, okay? Aluminum, lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and many others that are their cousins. How do you detox safely? Number 1, give your body nutritional support, plus and minus. Remove certain things, include certain things. Number 2, use various channels for detox: fasting, chelation therapy, saunas, exercise, ozone therapy, and what have you. And number 3, we're going to be looking at what you need to do to detox safely next week. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. Have a very terrific week ahead of you. I love you. Bye-bye.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend Tony Akinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online healthy living training program today.